We're here on air with the lovely Shannon Sionna. Shannon, thank you for having me. I think I've been begging enough.
Oh, yeah.
I've been sitting on the sidelines long enough. Tell them about it.
Wake up at the same time.
Shannon Sionna, for those of you who don't know, she is a neo-soul artist out here in Austin, Texas. She's been popping
Flowers don't bloom out of
everywhere, doing a lot of elevated
tree trunks,
soul
they've been blooming
events.
for years. Can't remember the last time I had the option.
Very about being genuine. That's like the core of my.
That's what that's so. That's what that's so.
It's all about being real and genuine. I don't ever want to be non-transparent. Love me some booty grease, but don't forget the booty grease. I think DJ wants some merch too. Your booty grease. Your booty grease. And I believe you just dropped a new release. I did. I just dropped Balance on Wednesday. What's today? Saturday. So yes.
It's been about 72 hours.
Yeah, 72 hours. A long one at that. Yeah, I just dropped Balance. I wrote it at the beginning of the summer, and I really didn't have a solid release date for it. I didn't want to pressure myself, especially since I had just dropped 2016 in May. I think on my Instagram I said February, but I don't think that was correct. I think I dropped it in May, and I dropped my first single in January. So it has been a very fast-paced.
So 2016 is
the EP.
The EP.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you dropped in May.
Mm-hmm.
This past May.
Yeah, and then before that, I dropped the single "Boy Bye," and that was the single off of the EP. So. Yeah.
I actually had a question about, so once I heard Balance, I absolutely, of course, I loved it. But I did have a question about your previous EP before that, 2016. Now that's 20:16. Is that a Bible verse or is it a...
Thanks for asking and noticing, you guys. Okay, yeah, it's actually for both. It's for the year 2016, and it is also for Matthew 2016, which is the last shall be first, which is why my cover art has like shadow people in front of me. I'm like at the end of the line, and then on the back I made like a back cover, and it had the track list, and I was in front. I was in the front of the line.
This is the cover of 2016.
Yeah.
So I like your cover for Balance.
Thank you.
I was like, that's just.
Yeah. Shout out Mary Jane. I don't want to say her last name. I almost did. But shout out Mary Jane. She free-handed that. She took some pictures she saw off of my Instagram, and actually did it in a fast amount of time. I think she did it in like about a month. So shout out to Mary Jane for that.
Does she have an Instagram handle or something?
She does. She does. I think Mary Jane Will. At Mary Jane Will with a flower on it.
If you follow Shannon Sionna on Instagram,
just type in Mary Jane Will.
Her little followers, and you'll find Mary Jane.
Yes.
Followers.
Yes.
So tell me, I do have a question about your
Nothing. Everybody just heard that.
Sorry,
I just want you to know.
Oh, you made a quick eye contact. I was like, what?
But it wasn't about to be awkward.
No, hold on. Before you ask, I had the 2016. When did you like start writing that? Does that have something to do with 2016?
Yeah, so that's a long story. Let me make it really short. So in 2015, I created a project called the Sionna Project, and it was 10 songs. And unfortunately, under bad circumstances, it got destroyed. So that was about a year of my work and $3 grand down the drain. So then after that, I met this wonderful man named Travis Green, and we started back up, and he had a collective called Off on a Tangent, and there were about 30 of us. I'm not bullshitting. Like literally 30 of us who were visual arts, musicians, poets, singers, rappers. Like it was all of us, and we would travel around Texas, and we would do all these things. And so I started writing new songs. I wrote I Know, You Don't Have to Cry, Mary Jane. I wrote Mary Jane in 2016, originally with Eli the Prophet. And I had put those out on SoundCloud, and then unfortunately in November of 2016, Travis passed away. And so that really turned like all of our worlds upside down. A lot of people stopped doing arts completely. A lot of us took like a 1.5 year hiatus, maybe 2 years. A lot of people are just now coming back. It really, really shook us to our core. So, excuse me. So for my comeback for the third, because the third time's the charm, I truly believe. I really wanted to take a moment to dedicate a project to Travis. That's why Hotep the Pharaoh, the first piece in the EP is just a spoken word, and that was kind of like my goodbye letter to him, because I felt like I wouldn't be able to fully love and appreciate my new journey without truly giving him that respect, because honestly, after that first demise of the Sionna project, it was really hard to get back up. That was like a lot of my money out of pocket. I took a semester off of school. I was working full time, and Travis was really the first person to come into my life and say like, we're doing this.
And you said you put 3 G's into that.
$3,000.
You had over 30 people working on that together.
Oh no, that was just me. Off on a tangent was under Travis. So that was just a collective of us. We would just do different events. Travis put all of that on. He was pretty much everybody's go-to guy. But he was my personal music manager. So that kind of hit closer to home, because I really did not know what to do after that. Like, it was like, I thought that I was fixed, and then it was like.
Man, I really admire. Man, I'm glad you told that story, because I really admired that. Like, first, rest in peace to Travis. Sorry for your loss.
Yeah, shout out Hotep the Pharaoh.
And big ups to you for like taking your production serious. You know, I was like, man, that's a hell of a production.
Yeah.
Like, you look at up and coming artists and stuff, like they just try to get behind the mic or something and just do like, you know, little little league shit.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
half of that was just,
you're doing some big league shit.
I mean, I was really naive. I don't think anybody should be out here spending $250 for 4 hours of studio time, but I did it. I spent money on the gas. I spent money on the mastering of everything and the cover art, and to do all those things. And so yeah, $3,000 out of my pocket total after like 7-8 months. Yeah.
So you felt you could have been more wise.
Oh, definitely. But I also don't think that I'd be as prepared as I am now if I didn't go through those things, because I literally thought I hit rock bottom, and then I really hit rock bottom. So like, I really want rock bottom to try me. I really do. I really do, with a pure heart. But I really wanted to try.
That's what's up, Shannon. That's what's up.
Yes. So shout out Travis. Shout out Balance. Yes.
So I had a couple questions about Balance. What inspired that song?
So I worked at a country club for a long time. And I was working myself to the bone. It took me an hour to get there and back alone. And then about 4 days a week, I'd be working like 12, 13 hours. And it was so far away that I wouldn't be able to go home on break. I wouldn't be able to do anything. And so I really started to feel like it started taking over my life. I really felt like I was not supposed to be there, even though the money was decent. I couldn't stand seeing the same, not coworkers, but just being in that element every day for so long, and I knew that that's not what I wanted to pursue. I couldn't grow there, you know, unless you're doing something in finance or things like that. Members don't really. It's like, oh, music, cute, okay, that's cute, thank you, I see. They don't really want to hear about it, so it was very difficult. And I just remember we would have lineup before every shift, and it would take like 30 minutes. And I remember sitting there one day, and they were talking about how we were gonna have a bunch of weddings that weekend, and like, I think the 4th of July was coming up, and they were talking about all these things, and I literally just sat there, and I literally was like, bro, I'm literally waking up at the same time to go to the same place to see the same face. And I literally wrote that line on my book. I wrote that down, and I wrote down a bunch of other lyrics that I didn't really use, but I wrote that first sentence down. And then it took me about 2 months to finish it, because I really wanted to grow from 2016. I really wanted to incorporate live music. I really wanted to challenge my voice more. As far as like my heart, I know you can't hear right now. Allergies.
Jinx.
Yeah, but I really wanted to challenge my harmonies, challenge myself to see, because I'm a mezzo soprano belter, so it's very easy for me to go there. I was also classically trained and musical theater trained, so it's very easy for me to take you to church, but it's very difficult for me to be like Janae, you know, like very smooth and somber and still get my point across without being boring. Or at least that's what I feel. So I really wanted to try to take it there. Also, shout out Kevin, because the saxophone is my favorite instrument. I have been trying literally since 2015 to get a sax on a song, and has never worked out. I could never like find one, or timing didn't work out, or they just wanted too much money. And literally Kevin came in and did that in one take. I literally just told him, if we were on stage, you know, you wouldn't want to play it safe. You would want to show up and show out. You would want to show me up. You would want to show the crowd up. You'd want to show Chris up, who did the guitar. And I was like, just go in there and literally fight me. I literally, just fight me. And he did it in one take, and I literally started crying, because I truly felt like finally, not only was I, because I don't feel like I'm truly in control. I would never want to take that from God, but I finally felt like I was at least a little bit in control of what I could control. Instead of being naive and letting people just do things that I didn't want to say no, or I didn't want to say that I didn't like it. Now, if I don't like something, I'm going to tell you that I don't like it. Please, let's do it again. Or because I can't go back and like listen to my music and hate myself again. Like, I can't do that. Like, I want to be proud of my music. I want to show it to everybody, like I did with Balance. I want to literally be like, oh my God, look at my baby. This is what I created. Like, love it with me. Like, let's cry about it. Like, let's listen to it. And